All right, folks. Thought I'd make a couple of videos tonight about what's on my mind. You need to look at some outlets from like Europe, those channels, all right, that English speaking channels like Sky News, BBC, AU News, EU News, okay, those outlets because you can just get a different perspective about things a different narrative that you have uh, in America because you have different mores, all right, that when you go to some of those countries out there in the Middle East and Far East, you have more structured, more patriarchal societies and so forth. And it really does make sense. It breaks you away from this far leftist Babylonian society, okay? That things were a lot more structured in America than it is now, but you eventually, over the years, people get conditioned to get programmed out of it. Now I saw an article and imagine that, all right? Now, I thought about this too, and it does make sense, okay? That certain things are starting to really come to light, and certain things are really just a scam. All right. Now, let me say this: I'm not trying to downgrade or trying to bash the LGBT community at all. Okay, you have your right to grieve, eat, work, not be mistreated. Okay, but marriage and so forth, it is an abomination. Okay, that you think that you have the best of both worlds, and you probably do. All right, but there's certain things like what I'm about to talk about. Okay, to where the times become in distress, where all that stuff becomes null and void. So let me get right into it. This comes from AU News, so that's Australian news, that soldiers in Ukraine, all right, that have the men between 18 and 60 have to stay there. Okay, the guys in the know, I don't know if you know that, but that is a requirement. However, um, you know, most men that are cross dressers, okay, or that transsexuals, okay, or trying to think of the word, cross dressers, okay, that wanted to try to play the role of a woman and wanted to leave. And guess what? The government said, no, G, you got to stay. And that's the way it is probably in a lot of those countries in Eastern Europe, whatever, where it's not compulsory, but it is required. But when there's a wartime, you have to stay, okay? So you can't play that role that, oh yeah, well, I'm a woman. No, but if you are biologically a male, guess what? You got to stay and fight, all right? You see, a lot of pretty much scams like that or people that could use that when it's convenient for them. All right, in sports and so forth, if they can't compete with men, they'll try to be act like a woman, okay, get a sex change so they can go and win medals or be able to get opportunities that they probably couldn't get. It was harder for them to get when they were men. All right, but during times like that, that's not going to work, okay? And if they bring a war like that in America will get dragged in. Okay, and if there's a draft, there's not going to be no because of my sex change or whatever. If you're a biological male, guess what? Your ass going to participate in the military. Okay, all that stuff gets put on hold. All right, so remember that. Okay, yeah, you got the right to do what you know what I'm saying, like to do here in America, but rank in the military or countries where you get pretty much conscripted or drafted in the military does not constitute that, okay? So there's certain clauses you have to remember there's certain clauses to your choices as well, all right? And that's just how it is. And that was a good point. And let me leave you with this. It does seem like in this far leftist Babylonian society, many alpha males right now are being vilified until it's time to take out the trash, all right, clean the gutters, fix the car and all this other crap, okay? But when you have the times where this article says when the barbarians come to the door, or when the dogs, okay, they call the dogs in, then that's when alpha males once again are going to be glorified. All right, so it seemed like it's only going to be there for the time. So just keep your head up there, alpha males, if you're doing the right thing, and keep close to the Most High. All right, you will be acknowledged. But that's something to stimulate thought. Now let me know what you think about this video. I don't want to hold too much of your time, okay? Something to think about.